Have you ever felt like someone has set up a permanent camp in your mind? An ex, a crush, or even someone you barely know, appearing in your thoughts again and again, uninvited, like a shadow you can't shake? It's as if your mind is tied to theirs by an invisible thread. But what if this isn't random? What if it's a key to understanding something profound about yourself? Carl Jung, one of the most brilliant minds in psychology, believed that these fixations aren't accidents. When someone occupies your thoughts, it's not just about them, it's about what they awaken in you. He saw the mind as a mirror, where the people who linger in our thoughts reflect parts of ourselves we haven't fully explored or understood. Is it love, obsession, or is your unconscious trying to tell you something you've been ignoring? In this video, we'll dive deep into Jung's groundbreaking theories: the shadow, anima and animus, projection and synchronicity. By the end, you won't just understand why this person is on your mind, you'll uncover the hidden parts of yourself they're reflecting. So let's embark on this journey into the depths of your unconscious and discover what it's trying to reveal. What if the key to understanding them is the key to understanding you? Carl Jung often compared the mind to a vast, intricate mirror, but this mirror doesn't just reflect the external world, it also reflects the parts of yourself that remain hidden, the aspects you might not fully understand or acknowledge. And when someone occupies your thoughts, they're often not the center of the mirror. Instead, they're a reflection, a signal pointing to something deeper within you. Think about it. Why do some people leave such a strong impression? Maybe it's the way they made you feel, admired, rejected, inspired, or even frustrated. These feelings aren't random. They're messages from your unconscious mind, asking you to pay attention. Let's say you're fixated on someone's confidence. Jung would suggest this isn't just admiration, it's your mind nudging you to reconnect with your own boldness, perhaps a part of yourself you've abandoned or suppressed. On the other hand, if someone's arrogance annoys you, it might reflect a quality you refuse to admit exists in yourself, your own moments of pride or impulsiveness that you've buried deep. Jung believed that when we fixate on someone, it's rarely about them. Instead, it's about what they represent to us, a forgotten memory, an unresolved emotion, or a trait we need to integrate into our own lives. These fixations aren't distractions, they're opportunities. But how do you uncover what these reflections mean? Start by asking, what emotions come up when I think about this person? Do they inspire me, frustrate me, or challenge me? What part of myself could they be mirroring? By shifting your focus from them to yourself, you begin to unlock the deeper meaning behind these thoughts. Jung described this process as turning the mirror inward, looking not at the surface, but at what lies beneath. Because ultimately, these mental fixations are like clues on a map, guiding you towards self-discovery. And as you decode them, you might find that the answers you've been searching for were never about them. They were about you all along. Carl Jung once described the shadow as the parts of yourself you'd rather not acknowledge, the traits, desires, and fears you've hidden away because they don't fit your ideal self-image. But here's the thing. Just because you ignore the shadow doesn't mean it disappears. Instead, it lurks in the background, quietly influencing your thoughts, emotions, and relationships. And often, the shadow reveals itself through the people who linger in your mind. Imagine someone whose confidence fascinates you. That fixation might be more than admiration. It could be your shadow pointing to a part of you that longs to be bold and self-assured. On the flip side, think of someone who irritates you deeply. Perhaps their arrogance or impulsiveness reminds you of traits you've worked hard to suppress in yourself. These are glimpses of your shadow begging for your attention. Jung believed that our relationships with others act as mirrors of our relationship with ourselves. When someone occupies your thoughts, it's often because they represent a piece of your shadow, a part of you that's been denied, ignored, or forgotten. It's as if your unconscious is whispering, Look at this. There's something here you need to understand. But here's where it gets powerful. The shadow isn't your enemy. It's a teacher. By exploring it, you gain a fuller picture of who you are. Jung famously said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." This means that confronting your shadow isn't about judgment, it's about integration. So how do you work with your shadow? Start by reflecting on the person who's stuck in your mind. What qualities of theirs do you admire? What traits of theirs frustrate or irritate you? What part of yourself might they be mirroring, whether positive or negative? When you shift the focus inward, you'll begin to see these people not as distractions, but as opportunities for growth. They're the mirrors through which your shadow reflects back to you, asking to be seen, understood, and embraced. Because the truth is, the shadow holds the keys to your hidden potential. By making peace with it, you don't just understand the person in your mind. You begin to understand the most powerful, unacknowledged parts of yourself. Carl Jung believed that within every person exists a dynamic interplay of opposites, an internal relationship that shapes how we connect with others. He called these archetypes the Anima and the Animus. The Anima represents the feminine qualities within a man's psyche, while the Animus embodies the masculine traits within a woman's psyche. However, these archetypes go far beyond traditional ideas of gender. They symbolize the balance between qualities like intuition and logic, vulnerability and strength, emotion and action, all of which exist within every individual. So how do these archetypes explain why someone stays in your mind? Jung believed that when we're deeply drawn to someone, it's often because they resonate with our anima or animus. For example, you might find yourself captivated by someone's emotional depth because it mirrors a quality your anima is urging you to explore within yourself. Or perhaps their decisiveness and strength resonate with your animus, reflecting traits you admire but haven't fully embraced. But there's a hidden danger here. Jung warned that the anima and animus can lead us to project an idealized image onto others, seeing them not as they truly are, but as our unconscious wants them to be. This is why you might feel obsessed with someone who seems perfect, only to later realize they were simply a reflection of your inner desires. To understand this dynamic, consider these questions. What qualities in this person do I find irresistible? Do they embody traits I feel I lack or want to develop in myself? Am I seeing them clearly, or am I projecting my inner ideal onto them? Jung believed that recognizing the influence of the anima and animus is a crucial step towards self-awareness. These archetypes are not just about attraction, they're about wholeness. They point to the qualities we need to balance within ourselves to achieve inner harmony. When someone occupies your thoughts, it's a chance to ask, what part of me are they awakening? By reflecting on this, you can transform your fixation into a powerful tool for growth, shifting the focus from them to you. Because ultimately, these inner archetypes aren't just about relationships with others, they're about the most important relationship of all, the one you have with yourself. Have you ever thought about someone only for them to text you moments later? Or perhaps you've been thinking about them for weeks, and suddenly you bump into them in the most unexpected place. These moments might feel like pure coincidence, but Carl Jung would disagree. He called this phenomenon synchronicity, events that are not connected by cause and effect, but by meaning. Jung believed synchronicity happens when your inner world aligns with the outer one, creating a moment of profound connection. It's as if the universe, or your unconscious mind, is reaching out to you, highlighting something that needs your attention. But why would these synchronistic moments revolve around someone in your thoughts? According to Jung, it's because they're tied to unresolved emotions or hidden lessons within you. Maybe they symbolize a path you've been avoiding, a quality you need to embrace, or a memory you need to heal. For example, Imagine you've been thinking about someone who inspires you, and then you see a book they recommended prominently displayed in a store. Or perhaps someone who frustrates you shows up in a dream, only for you to hear their name in conversation the next day. These aren't just coincidences, they're meaningful intersections where your unconscious is trying to communicate. Jung saw synchronicity as an opportunity, a call to reflect on the deeper connections between your inner and outer worlds. Here's how you can approach these moments. 1. Pause and reflect. When synchronicity occurs, don't dismiss it. Ask yourself, what is this trying to tell me? 2. Look for patterns. Are similar themes or symbols appearing around this person? What meaning do they hold for you? 3. Take action. Use these moments as inspiration to address unresolved emotions or explore new paths in your life. As Jung famously said, synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see. These moments aren't random. They're invitations to connect with the hidden parts of yourself and the larger patterns of your life. So, the next time synchronicity brings someone to your attention, don't just shrug it off. Pay attention. What might feel like the universe winking at you could be your unconscious mind opening a door to profound self-discovery. So why is that person always on your mind? As Carl Jung's theories reveal, it's rarely about them. It's about you. Whether it's the shadow-reflecting parts of yourself you've repressed, the anima or animus awakening hidden qualities, projection mirroring your inner fears and desires, or synchronicity creating meaningful connections between your inner and outer worlds, these experiences are invitations for profound self-discovery. The people who linger in your thoughts aren't distractions, they're mirrors. They reflect the aspects of yourself that are asking to be seen, understood, and integrated. Instead of focusing on why they're there, ask, what are they teaching me about myself? Jung famously said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. By decoding the meaning behind these thoughts, you take control of your narrative and unlock the potential to transform not just your relationships but your entire sense of self. The next time someone occupies your mind, see it as an opportunity to explore your inner world. They might be the key to unlocking parts of yourself you've never fully understood. Because in the end, it's not just about them, it's about you. Take a moment, reflect, and embrace the journey of self-discovery.